Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shut Door, or Door Shutter, coming back to you with episode 28 of Direwolf20's 1.18 mod pack. And today, we are going to get into more auto-crafting shenanigans, right? So, first things first, let's get a few things, alright? So, what we'll need to get is a... what is it called? Infuser? I completely just spaced on the name for this. Metallurgic Infuser, right? So the Metallurgic Infuser, we're going to grab one of these, and we'll actually just upgrade this to a basic, and then let's upgrade this a little bit further if we can. Right? I would love to upgrade this more, but we don't actually have too much left. Yeah, because now we're out of these. Okay. So let's just get an advanced for now. We want it advanced. This is probably going to be how we're doing this. So let's look at cables, right? So when we look at cables, the recipe is always these atomic alloys. Then, of course, atomic alloys required reinforced alloys and infused alloys and, all that stuff, right? So we kind of need to come up with the solution of how do we get to that, stage, right? I think the best thing that we can do is, well, first off, calculate what we need. Okay, so here's how we're going to do that. So first things first, the infused alloy. Okay, an infused alloy needs to be 1 iron ingot and 10 redstone, right? We could do this by, normal redstone dust, or we could make the enriched redstone, which gives us 8, and we could just make 8 and then have 8 infused alloys. I mean, it'd kind of just be conservative a little bit, but of course, we'd have to make that 8. If there's ever anything else, we'd have to, worry about cleaning the system and all of that stuff. So I think that should be a good idea, right? So let's grab an enrichment chamber then. Enrichment chamber, right? And of course, we could probably upgrade this bad boy to a basic enriching factory. Might be able to go for another tier, which is just the advanced, not too high. We can clear out another space here. Of course, we will have to get cables and stuff to power these machines, but it'll be fine for right now. So let's go for enriching factory and then advanced, and we'll need some more crafters. Let's actually teach our system to make crafters. So this, let's go actually here. So crafter, we'll teach this. We'll teach this. We'll teach this. We'll teach this. I need more patterns. I've got 1 left. Let's actually just make a pattern real quick. All right. And then let's go down here. Put that in there. We can put that in there, that in there. And then over here, we can throw this. And then we could, of course, make more patterns. Let's just make 64 of these real quick here. We need quartz enriched iron. Okay. So we'll do recipe, that, there. So you can see that we're already filling that thing up quite a bit here. So let's go for patterns again. I don't know why I backspaced all that. We'll do 64. Those will craft up quite quickly here. And then, of course, we can just take those and throw them in here. And we could also get the basic. So we have basic. We should be good on that. Let's go for the crafter. Okay. So we should be able to make the iron crafter. Should be, right? All right. So we'll make a couple iron crafters. Oh, we didn't make the construction cores. So construction core. There we go. Let's make that real quick. And we'll just toss this down here. Nope, I didn't toss the right thing, did I? Did I not make one? I think I accidentally made one, like legitimately made one. Whoops. I think I'm going a little too quick here. As you guys just saw, because I just missed that like 3 times. Iron crafter. We'll make 2 of these. Oh, no machine casing. Man, I really missing stuff here. So we just need a machine casing. All right. Let's put stone in the middle. There we go. That should be good now. We should be able to make the crafter. Sorry about that. So let's make 2 iron crafters. Those will craft up nice and quick here for us. And then, of course, we will put them back here. And we will then go ahead and need to make some sort of cable. I think the elite cable should be fine for right now. We'll pop this down here. We'll put that there. That'll work. And then just cables. And we should be good. All right. Now what we can do is grab 8 reds, or so we'll enrich redstone, right? So we can do redstone, and I have some actually in here. Oop. For some reason that happens every once in a while, because I'm pressing the wrong button, that's why. So we'll go for the actual right grid here. 1 and 1, okay? And then we can use this for this. And also for, no, hold on. So 1 of these and 8 of these will make 8 of these. Okay. And then means we want to change this one out. There we go. Get that corrected. And we'll throw the patterns back in here. But we also want to do this recipe as well. Of course, we will change this out to this. Minus 64 set. Plus 10 minus 2. Plus 10 minus 2. And we'll set that to that. Of course, this will make an overflow of these, which is fine. I'm not 100% worried about that right now. Of course, the biggest thing being the osmium, which we don't have a huge system for, right? So now we can come over here. We can throw the enriched thing in there and throw these in there. And what should happen, right, is say we want basic, only craftables. We'll say 32 of these bad boys. Throw that in there, and we'll say alloy. We want 32 of these bad boys. We should be able to craft that, and this will slowly, if we actually accept, so take this off, input in the back, auto eject on the top, auto eject, input in the back, output on the top. Why are you not doing anything? Machine does not accept item. Okay, why did it accept it here? I'm using the right machine, right? That's the biggest thing. Yeah, so that should work. 1 redstone dust equals 1 enriched. Yeah. So why are you not able to input, but you are on this machine? That is odd. That's a processing recipe. I'm not 100% sure why that is not working. Oh, I have chest on me. I didn't realize that. So let's also make some importers. Not sure. Let me look into something real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm testing something. I've put 1 crafting infused alloy set here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this out. We can actually just shift right click, maybe. That's okay. Let's just destroy it then. Here's what I'm thinking. Normal crafter. Wrench this to the right direction, which it was in a second ago. And then we'll throw in this and this. And if this automatically starts going, so let's go for another alloy, right? Not working. Okay. Alright, why are you not crafting now? Machine does not accept item. Well, you should. Okay. So I don't think it'll work here, but this actually did work after I changed it from an iron crafter, or from a crafter. But let's try one more thing real quick, because I want to make sure that I'm not going crazy. So let's throw this down. Wrench, 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 wrench. There we go. Let's throw the pattern back in here. So I think the biggest thing is with the enrichment factories, we need a buffer, which should be fine, right? So let's just take one of these, make that. This should be processing. Okay, so it's not the iron crafter. It is just this machine itself, which is okay. So what we'll do is let's test this. So if I actually take this and say, hey, we want to input in the back, which I've already done. Let's grab a redstone. One of those and some iron. We'll grab 8 of this. Go down. Throw this in this chest. Okay, it is not pulling. And we don't have any way to pull for this thing, right? There's no pulling upgrade. So is the issue that it cannot pull both types at once? I think that's the issue. I think. Because there's the extra yellow. But that should be the infusing slot, right? Yeah, the yellow slot is the infusing slot. Okay. And then right. Let's actually go for... Let me figure this out real quick. All right, so let's work on this real quick here. So let's throw an anvil down. Let's put this as redstone infuse, right? And we're going to put that here. We're then going to run this cable here, right? And we're going to put an entangled block here. Actually, I don't think this will work. So the problem is you can't throw both types of items into the machine at once. So what I'm trying to think of is how we're going to manage this in general. And I think I have a somewhat idea of how to do this. So this, let's actually move this back, right? So we'll do it there, there, and then we'll grab our wrench, which is our crafter. We'll put that down. And then what we can do is we should be able to grab some type of filtering. So let's grab, say, like pipes, right? And we can grab 2 of those, 2 of these, right? We'll go this side is pull with, I'm going to take this out of my inventory so I can actually scroll. Iron, which I don't have any on me. I do actually have iron on me, but I also don't have the enriched stuff because I just used it. Okay. And then we'll say, hey, filter iron. And then here we'll say filter iron after we set the front to input, this top to output. Right, that should connect. All right. We'll put a filter here with redstone in here. And so now what I'm thinking is if we do output here, we should be able to just be fine. Right, so let's go for alloy. Oh, I got to put the patterns back in. So let's just toss in alloy real quick. So alloy, only craftables. I'll say 10. Throw that in there. This should start working. Okay, you're not pulling anything. That is because I did this wrong. This should be input. This should be extras. There we go. Right? We will have a little bit more in there, so let's actually toss those 8 in there. And we'll need speed upgrades, by the way. That is something we'll work on in the future. There we go. So that should be clear. Now we come back up here, and we should see that the alloys are no longer in the crafting monitor, and that is how we do that. All right. That is a somewhat simplistic design. I mean, it's not really that long. I definitely wish I could have made this smaller. I don't think I could have been able to pull the iron ingots from the chest. I mean, we could test that real quick. Hold on. So if I actually say, hey, real quick, change this to red, throw a chest down in front of it, I don't think we can auto pull anything. So let's grab some iron since we have that set up. Normal. There we go. Yeah, so it's not going to pull anything, which is fine. I think the setup will do for now, right? And we'll say front back to extra. All right, that is that. So we could actually probably set more machines next to each other, right? So these shouldn't interfere with anything. So we've got the basic alloy to worry about real quick now, which is just osmium thrown in here. So we should be good. So osmium, throw it in the filter slot, and throw this pattern right here in there. Okay, that is our whole pattern thing. Let's actually grab the advanced processor thing. So let's just say that, advanced, there, there, and there. And we'll toss this down here as well. So what do we need to work on next? Well, with this, we would need to actually get to the elite tier, which is the reinforced alloy, which is diamonds, and infused alloy, not infused. Of course, we'd want to do enriched, so let's do that in the pattern grid here. So recipe, and then recipe, that. And of course, we're going to do 8 and 8 again, which shouldn't be too big of a deal. Let's see here. Let's actually clear this out real quick. And then we could say elite again for the reinforced. And then we'd actually want to make a pattern. Of course, we're going to be using the refined or enriched, not refined, enriched diamond. And of course, if you shift click, by the way, and click on an item, it clears it. That's how I was clearing it. I don't know if I told you guys that or not. But we should be able to do that. We do need another enrichment chamber. No, not an enrichment chamber. The Infuser. Infusing thing. Alrighty, so there's another advanced one. Let's actually clear out this segment here. And let me get this one set up here. I'm quickly going to throw the diamond pattern in here, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alrighty, so we're about to run the next test here, which is the actual pattern that I encoded incorrectly, and I just realized it. So let's actually fix that before I run this. And I don't know if you guys caught it, but I did not put this for 8. So let's go for 10 minus 2, and then 10 minus 2. There we go. And then we'll re-encode that. We'll go throw it down here. I do love the shift thing. It's so nice. By the way, it's so cool. There we go. That should be good. Let's go test it. So we should just be able to look up elite. No, it's reinforce, isn't it? Yeah. So I'll just make up one of these sets. Right? And we can see that this is happening. We've got 8 diamond millibuckets in there. And this is cruising. Look at this. This is awesome. Okay, so we've got 4. Oh, hold on. Did I hit a hiccup because I messed up, didn't I? Nope, that's not what I want. Recipe. Nope. Dang it, I keep clicking the wrong one. No, that is right. It uses 2. I saw that. I just misread that. Hold on. Recipe. Yeah, it uses 2. So this would actually be 4, which is fine. We'll fix that. So 4. So we'll throw this back in here. We'll change this down to 4. Right? Okay. And then we'll re-encode it. We'll get it right one of these times. And that should be correct. Okay, so we can clear out the system. The output did not work, so let's turn on auto eject. Throw these in here so the system can take them. And then we'll cancel that. Okay, so that's just me messing up a little bit there, which is fine. All right, so let's go for another elite round. Or reinforce. Apologies, reinforced. Let's clear out some of this stuff real quick here. Throw the patterns back in here. And let's go for another set. And there we go. So 4's in here. We have 8 millibuckets or 80 millibuckets of this. There we go. It's cleared. We are good. And we should now be able to make the elite parts that we want. So these. And of course, we'll throw this in the pattern down here. And then we could also make the ultimate. If I can spell, right? So the ultimate requires the atomic. And the atomic is reinforced with enriched obsidian, which is refined obsidian, which is obsidian dust and diamond. Okay. So let me get that. And I will be right back with you guys in a second here. So, real quick, to get the dust, we're actually going to be using Enrichment Chamber. So let's actually go to pattern. Let's go for recipe. I guess I've been doing this wrong a little bit here. We don't want to use FTBs because it's only 1 for 1. Obsidian dust from Mekanism is actually 1 for 4, and I've never realized that. So we have an Enrichment Chamber right here. All we have to do is kind of just like sneak a little bit back there and throw that in there. And what we'll do is we will then want to craft the Atomic Alloy Enriched Obsidian with that dust type of stuff. So it's going to be a 8-to-1 conversion here because it is only 10 millibuckets. So let's do that real quick while I'm on camera. So this recipe here, we'll grab the enriched, pressed E again, enriched diamond. We'll just grab one real quick. And that should take a second to craft here. Alrighty, there it is. And then we will make sure we change this out to the Mekanism's obsidian dust, which we'll just craft up another one of these things real quick. Alrighty, so that will be 8 total. Cool. So 8 and 1, and then we'll go throw this down in the diamond section here. There we go. Oh, and I actually didn't even name this chest, by the way. I guess we could do that real quick if I really wanted to, but I'll do that later. And that should be all we need to get refined obsidian dust. And now I can do the metallurgic infuser situation because we need to put refined obsidian into here to make the atomic alloy. I think the other thing that we want to do real quick is make this. So we'll go for that. And I believe we'll see how much this actually takes. I think it was 4 to 1. Was I right about that? 4 to 1. Okay, so yeah, we'd only be able to do 2 atomic alloys for every thing. So let's actually set that up as well. Might as well. Alrighty. So we'll throw that in there. We'll do 2, then 2, and then we'll grab that pattern out to throw into the next metallurgic infuser setup we will actually be making. And then we can actually upgrade these infusers and enriching factory and all that stuff. I really don't think I'm too worried about it because you just get more slots, basically. There's no other real things with these. They use a little bit more power. And I don't think we really need to worry about needing more slots because we're not doing a whole lot of advanced factory stuff yet here. Maybe in the future once we start, processing a lot more stuff, maybe. But, I think these will be fine for now. So let me get this set up and I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, moment of truth here. We're throwing in 1, we're throwing in 2, we should get 2 out. And let's go somewhere else here. Okay, so I did not actually filter this. I filtered the wrong thing, which is fine. I can quickly correct that real quick. And that should now be working. We also can turn on split or auto sort. And then we should speed this up a little bit here. 2 atomic alloys, turn on eject, and we are good. We now have 2 atomic alloys in the furnace, or in the refined storage system. I don't know why I said furnace. And that is actually auto crafting the atomic alloys. Yeah, that is awesome. Of course, we could do like teleportation stuff now. The ultimate factories. A whole lot of fancy stuff that we could definitely get into. There's heat pipes. I don't even know what in the world to do with those. Teleportation cores, tanks, quantum entangloper, which is basically like the Tesseract, ultimate tiers. So you have actually tiers you can upgrade the machines with. There's the universal cables, dimensional stabilizer. What in the world is that? Shift in when not observed. So that's a chunk loader. Huh. Didn't know there was a chunk loader thing in here. There is the fluid tank that holds 256,000 buckets. That one's like a flying upgrade or something for the mecha suit. Tons and tons of good stuff here. The atomic disassembler. Maybe we'll get into that in the future. It's this thing right here. That's just another fancy tool we can use. Holding a lot of items. So yeah, whole bunch of good stuff, right? A lot of things we can get into. But of course, you can also make this thing right here, which is actually something we do need to, teach our system real quick. And that is our final basic crafting component with Mekanism. And of course, you can use this stuff for a lot of cool things as well. So, and, this stuff can be used for making actually the mecha suit, and quite a few other things. The chemical dissolution chamber. Um, yeah, there is a lot of stuff. A mecha tool, which honestly I don't even know what is at all. Like there's, I'm assuming it's kind of like the end all be all tool, but it does require lithium and a few other things. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Mekanism offers. Even like their own storage system as well. So yeah, there is a lot to be looked at in here, and we will hopefully sooner or later look at some of this stuff, of course. But now we don't have to worry about a lot of the minute crafting pieces of Mekanism. We could also automate steel if we wanted to, by the way. The coke from thermal that you actually need to make to get, what do you call it? What am I thinking of here? The steel using the or in the what is that machine? Let me go look real quick. We have time, I guess. The Induction Smelter. You actually need coke. So we could actually use thermal to get steel, or we could use Mekanism. Not really a big trade-off. But I think with steel, it is kind of the base crafting component for Mekanism, so we kind of do need to worry about that a little bit. So let's see here. So if we look at, where is it? The recipe, not the crafting recipe thing. There we go. So we could look at, where is it at here? There's the Induction Smelter. So you've got coal, coke, and iron, which coke, of course, was that thing we just saw here. We can look at again, which is the pyrolyzer, which is basically just coal, and you get coke and you get creosote oil out of it. You always are guaranteed coke out of this, not just tar, but that's fine. Tar is a whole nother thing. Apparently you can do some smelting stuff with it, so that'd be pretty cool. So you could probably power the coke system by itself. That'd be interesting. But yeah, so we could either do that or we could do mechanisms, which is the steel grit, which is the enriched iron, which is coal, and all of that jazz. So I'm not 100% sure. We could even do enriched carbon, which I didn't even think about, honestly. What is enriched carbon? Whenever it comes by here again. So enriched carbon is just coal. So I mean, we could do it that way. So I think I might automate coal using Mekanism real quick, which is just going to be another one of these little systems here. And I think we should be good. I mean, I guess we could do a double system. Let me think here. So to get enriched iron, right? That's the first step. You need iron and coal. Iron and coal then make enriched iron, which you then need coal again to make steel grit. So I'm thinking if we double dose this, right? If we go one machine here, one machine here, we basically say, hey, crafter, let's actually go grab one. So I can kind of think about this here. Let's make an iron crafter, right? So what I'm thinking is we have one singular crafter, one singular chest, and, you know, the one singular... Oh, that's not what I want. Where's my axe at? It's right there. Cool. So we'll have this. The recipe would basically be, hey, 2 things of carbon, of the carbon, enriched carbon. One is sent there and one is sent there. I'm not 100% sure if I'd want to do it that way. Or we could just do 2 machines, 2 crafters, 2 chests, 2 machines. I just said 2 machines twice. It's fine. And then basically go from there. I don't think that would be the worst idea, so we just keep everything consistent. and then we just kind of have one thing. It's weird doubling up. Alrighty, so after a little bit here, I have completed upgrading all these to ultimate because I lied and I upgraded them. That's fine. And back here we have done just one singular setup for steel. It's actually not that slow. Let's go actually make a steel ingot so we can see how quick this will run. Let's take this out. Let's do steel. All right. And you can see that turned on. Done. And it should now be smelting. Should be keyword. Oh, it already did. Okay. It's done. We've created all of it. So 105. Let's go for another round. Let's go for 10. 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110. Yeah, that is quick. I do like that. And of course, we have some steel grit left over for some reason. Actually, it's because we make so much steel grit because we are using the 8 kind of thing. We're using the multiples because we're using the enriched carbon, which is fine. So that is that. We have steel. We have all of these upgraded. I actually went ahead and made what's called the tier upgrades from Mekanism. So if you look at tier, we have the basic, advanced, elite, and ultimate. I just went ahead and made, you know, however many. I actually made 6 more elites, which I can use in the future somewhere. But we have a line of Mekanism machines. We have this stuff fully automated. I'm loving it. We will be using a lot of this stuff in the future, especially if we want to get deeper into Mekanism and maybe the ore tripling or quadrupling or whatever. Also, let's quickly look at all of this stuff. So are we getting anywhere? So we are off on this, which is the ender pearls. And this is, yeah, 2.5. So we're not quite there with the gold. So we're at 3.7. We're at 1.4 for that. And we're at 90 or 900 for this. So we're not really getting too much copper, which is fine. Refined, yeah, the rotten flesh. That is interesting, to say the least. Let's actually fly out here and see if these things are still cruising. Looks like we're still going. Might experience a little bit of lag because there's a lot of entities just flying down 24/7 here. All right, you can see all of this stuff just cruising. We do need to clear out the block demlets sooner or later, by the way. I will do that. We do need to make this setup just a bit better. I think I might set up like a refined storage system just for these or something. Not 100% sure, but we'll actually be using them in a future episode because we do want to get into making some dimensions where we can quarry some giant spheres of, you know, quartz or whatever. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Direwolf20 1.18 mod pack, and I'm enjoying this every single episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.